welcome to Cosmic Visions, Your Life and Beyond. Today we have a spectacular show just for you with one of my favorite artists, and to be honest with you, my mentor, Mr. Dennis Brown, the Crown Prince of Reggae. All of us have come across Dennis Brown over the years, and I believe each one of you have at least one song that you all could say, I could relate to that. Today we also will touch on mankind, humanitarians, and we're going to have a little bit more on Deborah's tips. Also Selassie's Corner, which, we have been crossing the borders from, cities to continents to nations where Rastafari is concerned. And on the 23rd is where we celebrated, of this week, we celebrated the King's birthday. So we're going to be taking a little look at that as well. There is much in store. I want to thank you for tuning in as well. Another part of today's segment, we're going to be appreciating the mentors of your life. For those of you who have mentors or have chosen a mentor, my mentor today is Mr. Dennis Brown. You take a look at who mentors you and who gives you the definition and, that little drive to go on when you feel like giving up on the inside. So join me and Mr. Culture D on Cosmic Visions, Your Life Beyond.
We need one another, ooh yes, and we ought to try to be friends. Each man has your brother, and each man has a friend, yeah. You can live in this world all by yourself, no. You can't make it alone, and just as sure as you try to make it by yourself, you're gonna wake up and find you're gonna need somebody. No man is an island, oh no. Yeah, no man stands alone. Treat each man as your brother. Remember, each man's dream as your own, yeah.
Now, I know that you enjoyed that so much. Dennis Brown has a way with the heart. He reaches you in music, no matter what. I remember when I was very young, I didn't know who he was at that time, but he was always able to soothe me in the best of ways with his voice, with his message. And today we take pleasure in sharing his music and his legacy.
Great deal influenced me and with my music as well, because I think with the lifestyle of the Rasta man, I think it helps a great deal to a lot of people out there in the world somewhere who has some problem in life. And I think with the teaching of Rasta, that will help to alleviate certain stress or certain bondage, with Rasta. They will get rid of all stress and all problems of life.
Do you teach Rastafarian culture to other people?
Well, I'm not a teacher as such, but through the inspiration, I think my songs are my compositions might mean a thing or two to many people.
Okay. Would you like to see a lot of people being Rastafarian, or?
That would be good, man.
Why?
That would be good, because then I think you'd have more peace and more trust in this world.
Why are you wearing a hat?
Well, it's just my way. My way of functioning, Sometimes I like to show my hair, and next time I don't like it,
Would you like to show your hair, show your locks on camera?
Not necessarily, but few.
Do you mind?
I would,
Okay. It's very pretty.
Yeah.
You should always have it that way.
your phrases, you know.
You look good that way.
Yeah. Muchas gracias, señorita. ¿Qué pasa? I'm gonna give you more than you've ever bargained for. Oh yeah. I'm gonna give you more than you've ever thought about. Yeah, yeah. It's like saying, hola, hola, Cartagena. I love you truly. Say I love you truly. Love, I love you truly. Oh, yeah. Senorita, say you'll be mine. I've been waiting a very long time for you.
It's your boy D-Rilla reporting live from the UK. Big up Cosmic Visions, big up the host Mr. Culture, Deborah Francis. Every Sunday, lock in. Let me drop a couple bars. I write rhymes to enlighten minds, never speaking on my past crimes. Been on the run but never told of minds. A deep mind is stronger than 100 Glock 9s. We dying in the streets while these politicians sip wine. So don't tell me about no blood clot beef unless it's war with the enemy. The blood clot police, they bury truth to give birth to lies. Can you hear the silent cries? Another shell drop, that means another black youth has died.
Hey, what's up? This is Gilliana here. Big up to Cosmic Vision. I fully endorse Culture D and Deborah Francis. One love to the world. Make sure to tune in every Sunday.
Mr. Culture, style and pattern. I'm so capable and able. 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 My life ain't so stable. My life ain't so stable.
It is good that you are here to record this picture of me in my palace garden at Addis Ababa. People who see this throughout the world will realize that even in the 20th century, with faith, courage, and a just cause, David will still beat Goliath.
To his idol, Bob Marley would one day sing, Haile Selassie is the chapel, power of the Trinity. He is the only King of Kings. A grand legacy will remain after Selassie's life, one that will declare him the heroic resistor of Italian colonialism, the benevolent protector of Africa and its diaspora, and a God incarnate. But these mythological representations found in popular culture maybe fail to account for his occasionally tyrannical reign over his empire. Welcome to another World War II in real-time biography special where I take a closer look at the major or interesting figures of the war. I'm Indy Nidell. Haile Selassie is born in 1892, son of General Ras Makonnen, de facto foreign minister of Ethiopia. Makonnen is a Europe-friendly member of the Ethiopian royal family, but also one of the military leaders that fight off the Italians in the First Italo-Ethiopian War from 1887 to 1889. Haile Selassie grows up in the village Ejersa Goro in the Harar province of Ethiopia, where his father serves as regional governor and regent. He is actually born Lij Tafari Makonnen, meaning a child of royal blood who is respected or feared. See, through his paternal grandmother, Selassie is the descendant of the Bible's Queen of Sheba, Makeda, and King Solomon of Israel, making him a pretty big deal indeed. When his father dies in 1906, Haile Selassie is made titular governor of Selale by his cousin, the Emperor Menelik II, to ensure that he can retain access to royal payments and complete his studies. In 1916, the designated successor of the now deceased Menelik, Lij Iyasu, is deposed for reputedly having toyed with converting to Islam, which is considered incompatible with the Ethiopian Orthodox Christianity of the nation. If Selassie has any role in toppling the emperor-to-be, who is, by the way, also Selassie's wife's uncle, remains unclear to this day. Menelik's daughter, and Iyasu's aunt, is crowned Empress Zewditu, but by his birthright, Selassie becomes the heir apparent and Inderase, or regent. He now goes by the name Ras Tafari, literally the Regent Tafari. Although he is not the ruler proper, at age 24, he is now, in effect, leading the nation, especially in foreign policy. His leadership secures Abyssinia, Ethiopia, as a charter member of the League of Nations in 1923, launching him onto the international stage. See, he has learned internationalist attitudes from his father, and his exotic but Western-friendly personality, well, it's pleasing to the Western powers. Selassie also actively promotes global cooperation despite cultural and political differences with the Western powers. He tours Europe, Egypt, and the Levant, visiting with European royalty and politicians to much acclaim in the Western press. One of the things he promises to gain a place on the global stage is to abolish slavery, still endemic in Ethiopia at the time. He will, however, not live up to this promise even when he ascends the imperial throne. Now, this cozy relationship with European colonial powers is a slack wire walk that he is not entirely comfortable with, or as he says himself, we need European progress only because we are surrounded by it. That is at once a benefit and a misfortune. In 1928, he faces a coup, specifically because of his relations with Europe, but it fails as the regional administration rallies behind him. The same year, the Empress then tries to have him tried for treason for signing a 20-year peace treaty with Italy. The whole thing fails miserably, though, and the Empress is instead forced to crown him Negus, king, elevating him almost to her own status. Finally, in 1930, she attempts to depose him by marching an army on Addis Ababa, but Selassie defeats her and ascends to the imperial throne as the 225th Negusa Nagast, or Emperor of Ethiopia. His full title, actually, to really introduce the man, is His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie I, conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, King of Kings, and elect of God. In October 1935, the 20-year peace treaty is cut short when Benito Mussolini's Italians invade Selassie's lands. Now, I covered the Italo-Abyssinian War in a Between Two Wars episode, so there's a link at the end to check that out if you missed it. But in 1936, the Italians' offensive proves successful. They take the Ethiopian capital on May the 5th. Selassie loses his nation and gives the League of Nations stern warnings of the risks of appeasing aggressive nations. He scolds the League's failed commitment to collective security, haunting them with the caution, "It is us today, will be you tomorrow." Selassie's pioneering stand against fascism affirms his significance on the global stage. Although this speech cements Selassie as a resilient leader, the guardian of his empire, and even Time magazine's Man of the Year, he does flee into exile. He lives in a grand Victorian house in Bath, England for most of the next 5 years. Soon enough, in his home country, World War II rages between British and Commonwealth troops and the Italians. The Allies are seriously outnumbered, but against the odds, in forceful counteroffensives, they defeat the Italians, ending their power in East Africa. In May 1941, Selassie triumphantly returns to Ethiopia's capital, Addis Ababa. British Prime Minister Winston Churchill actually calls Selassie, telling him, "It is with deep pleasure that the British nation and empire have learned of your Imperial Majesty's welcome home. Your Majesty was the first of the lawful sovereigns to be driven from his throne and country by the fascist Nazi criminals, and you are the first to return in triumph." See, Selassie's anti-fascist stance makes him the ideal figure for the Allies' politicians to praise and celebrate, despite their own colonial conquests elsewhere. This convenient narrative for the Allies develops around Selassie, and he reflects their worldly abilities, their charitable concern for colonialism, and their aid to victims of fascism. Meanwhile, another myth is crystallizing around Selassie in Jamaica, as people there are learning about Selassie's heroism, his royal blood, his lineage from biblical figures, and his mighty campaigns against white colonial aggressors make him their perfect icon. To them, he is the messianic figure that Marcus Garvey had predicted decades ago. Selassie becomes the central figure of the Rastafarian movement, which takes Selassie's name when he was regent as its own. In his 1941 homecoming, he addresses his people with some powerful words to begin the healing of the nation. Today is the day on which we defeated our enemy. Therefore, when we say, "Let us rejoice with our hearts," let not our rejoicing be in any other way but in the Spirit of Christ. Do not return evil for evil. Do not indulge in the atrocities which the enemy has been practicing in his usual way, even to the last. He secures his cult image of mystical power and spiritual benevolence.
I'm so capable and able. You know that my life ain't so stable.
Praises to the Most High.
Yo, this is your Shuli Isaac King and I endorse Cosmic Visions hosted by Mr. Culture and Deborah Francis. Keep your energy up, educate yourself, keep your vibes up, and make sure to live in love.
I won't hesitate to appreciate my brothers and my sisters, all the faith, and spread love.
Energy up.
I'm so glad I watch Cosmic Vision every week with Deborah Francis and Mr. Culture. Great program, great production, great episode, and great vibes. So I'm here just to remind you to keep watching. Remember, keep the love great.
Yes, it's me, Scorpio Queen, endorsing Cosmic Vision, your life and beyond. Big up my good friend Culture and his friend Deborah Francis. Keep up the good, positive week. Love it.
I'm here to endorse Mr. Culture and Deborah Francis in their Cosmic Vision. Remember, love each other, listen to their words, be positive, think positive. Love is the key.
Inspiring to me, and I recommend it to the youth of today. It can inspire them to better themselves and empower themselves to build a better future for themselves and also for their families in the future. And it can teach them the importance of life, and it can teach them how to build themselves in the future. And that is why I like.
Hello and welcome to Cosmic Visions. Today on my tips, I would like to speak about mentoring. What is a mentor in your life, and who has inspired you to do much more in your life on a daily basis? Who has strengthened you and given you a new page to follow? Who has given you advice and guidelines by the way they live? Likewise, you should become a mentor to someone else. As you live your life, every day someone is looking on. Without you even knowing, you are able to touch others so deeply, and it may be only when they can acknowledge you in the form of music or in speech and say, "Thank you." Continue to do good works, because this is why we live. We are no longer here just to live for ourselves.
There are
so be kind, be generous,
so many different people
be
touch
a
you
mentor.
in many ways, and not forgetting the people who brought you into this world, your parents. In many cases, your parents are your first mentors. Your grandparents play a very special role in bringing you up in the way that you are today. And if not for that, there are other people who have passed the stage of friendship to become your brothers and your sisters. And all of that, the churches, the associations, all of that in brotherhood has become your mentor. All right, so remember that. Remember to speak life and believe in yourself. That's how it is. Okay, thank you.
Greetings, it's your boy Request Music, BMS Records, and I am endorsing Cosmic Vision, Your Life and Beyond, with your host, Deborah Francis and Culture D. You don't know the thing set. Blessed.
Yo, it's your boy Touchy, and I'm bigging up Cosmic Vision, Your Life and Beyond. Big up the host Culture D and Deborah Francis. Don't know the thing set, man. Yeah, Touchy endorsing him, man. Respect. We stand for love, L-O-V-E, love. Respect.
COVID have us doing more from home. With your host Deborah Francis and Mr. Culture from Cosmic Vision, you get all the relevant information. They are very informative and relevant to what's going on right now.
Hi, I'm You're tuning in to Cosmic Vision. Your life and beyond with Deborah and
Hello, this is Mr. Culture.
And I'm Deborah Francis.
And we are the hosts of Cosmic Vision, Your Life and Beyond.
Make sure to tune in each and every Sunday for our segment. We look forward to seeing you.
God bless.
When a man meets a woman for the first time, he worked to all the good things that he could find.
Yes, people, greetings once again. This is King Solomon, better known in pronunciation as King Solomon, you know. Yes, well, you don't know, this is Cosmic Vision. You know, once again with our host, live and direct, Culture D, Deborah Francis, you know. And, well, I'm here to do my part. And right now I'm by the spring. And by the spring it's so beautiful, you know, natural water coming straight out of the ground, you know. And the thing about is water is life. For even in the beginning, according to the scriptures, when God created heaven and the earth, you know, it was water, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters, you know. This is a lovely spring right here, you know. Water coming down from out of the ground, you know. So we have water from the ground, water from the sky, you know. And here I am, and come to catch some natural water, because I can't really drink the water from the pipe too much. It's not too right for me, you know. I don't like how it feels, you know. But the thing is, what I'm about to say to you today is about your health. Your health is one of the greatest wealth. Not one of, but it's the greatest wealth you could ever achieve. Because even if you have all the beautiful things, nice house, nice cars, plenty money, whatever your heart could ever hope and wish for, and you don't have your health, all those things are no use to you. So you see, your health is the greatest wealth you could ever achieve. So in all that you do, look to achieve your health. You understand? So it's important what you put in your body, what you eat, what you drink. And not only physically what you eat and what you drink, you know, what you think. Because thoughts are like foods also, you know. And when you think about it and you look at it, the thoughts that you have in your mind, that enter your mind and go into your heart and you keep in your heart, it's either it's going to lift you up or bring you down, you know. And try not to have hatred as the food that you eat, envy, jealousy, deceit, you know, and stuff like that. So I'm just here, taking it easy by the spring, come to get some spring water to take home, you know, and decide to do this portion here, just take a bathe, you know, see my hair, the water is dripping from my locks, you know, it feels so good, I don't even want to dry my skin, I just put my clothes on while it was wet, you know, because it just feels so good, it's like hard to just wipe the water off. So I'm just saying to you, natural mystic, you know, as Bob Marley say, there's a natural mystic blowing through the air. And if you listen carefully now you would hear. This could be the first trumpet, might as well be the last. Many more would have to suffer, many more would have to die. Don't ask me why. Oh, things are not the way they used to be. And one and all got to face reality now. Don't try to find the answers to all the questions they ask. Though I know it might be impossible to go living through the past, I won't tell no lie.
The white supremacists said, I can't maintain a system with black people being serious, so I'm going to redirect their seriousness, and I'm going to do it through something that they relate to best. I'm going to do it through a medium that they can relate to, and that is entertainment. So I'm going to twist and turn their entertainment in such a way that where it was anti-non-justice before, where they were trying to talk about justice and head in that direction, I'm going to redirect that whole machine right before their eyes, and since they are a primitive people, they won't even realize what I'm doing because it will all be fun, because I know how to package stuff that doesn't make sense so that it is fun, and I'll have them directing their entire existence to getting up in the morning and looking for something stupid to do. And they won't even know that they're looking for something stupid to do because they're just that stupid because I will have programmed them to be stupid. And from the late 1960s, after the death of Martin Luther King and the riots and the upheavals and all like this, and black people with their fists in the air and all like that and trying to stumble and fumble and find their way and get focus, the white supremacists made a blueprint and put it into action, and that is, I'm going to have these people so confused, they don't even know what they started out to do. And by the late 1970s, they had just about completed it. And we've been on that ever since. And you mentioned something very important. They are more comfortable than ever. But see, it's like making gorillas comfortable in a cage, or monkeys, or pandas. You still got them in a cage, but they're comfortable. See, so give him some bling bling. It's like giving an animal a brand new car and training the animal to ride up and down the street in it. And then you stand back and point at the animal. Like one white man said in the late 1950s. He said he doesn't care what kind of car a Negro has. He said he's still a nigger. And when he rides by in a shiny car, to him, it's just a monkey in a car. White people built a car, put a monkey in it, trained the monkey to drive the car, so now you're looking at a monkey in a car. See, but black people don't see themselves that way. But this is how the white supremacists see us, and they are the ones who run our business. And we have to know that when they look at us, that's what they see. That's what they see. That's what they see. And at a subliminal level, what they see begins to spill over into our brains so that we at a subliminal level see each other that way. And indirectly see ourselves that way. And that's why here it is in the year 2008, we have no problem slaughtering each other and think it's fun. You can hear the 9mm popping in the night even as we speak. That's black people out there having fun, because that's what we're doing. F-U-N, that's what that comes under. That's entertainment. Killing each other. That's fun. That's almost the definition of black fun. If we're not doing that, we're not really having fun. If we're not doing harm to each other, saying something derogatory, and really, the crown and jewel, killing another black person, we're not really living. And we don't even know that that's our culture. And the white supremacists have very carefully engineered it. Now, this is very important to know in order to solve our problems. Because you say, well, now, knowing that, Fuller, what's the solution? One is very simple. Black people shouldn't even be in contact with each other unless they're talking about something constructive. That means the cell phone should be dead silent most of the time. Because you listen to the average black conversation in this area of the world on a cell phone. And what do you hear?
Naturalistic, you know what I mean? Give thanks to life, give thanks to love, you know, and just stay strong, stay focused, because right now we're in a time where we have to be focused, we have to be conscious, we have to wake up from the dead mentality of society, because there's a lot of things that is coming at us right now, brethren and sisters, and if you're not ready, and it catch you when you're not ready, I'm telling you, it's not going to be nice, it's not going to be easy, because it's not an easy future we are going to face. Spiritual wickedness in high and low places. So, I turn you over to the host, Deborah Francis and Culture D, that they would give you their part, and everything we know will be a blessing. You know what I mean? So God bless, guide, and keep you all. Keep focused, be strong, be conscious. Peace out. King Solomon.
Yo, with all the shooting and killing, it's just borders we building. We putting ourselves back in slavery. Slavery mentality. Yo, this Patriot endorsing the Cosmic Vision Show with Mr. Culture and Deborah Francis. Stay blessed every time. Ciao, guys.
Yo, it's your boy Daddy Shiny, the crossover artist, and I fully endorse Cosmic Vision, Your Life and Beyond with Culture D and Deborah Francis. This ain't no lie, this ain't no white chat, this ain't no mama guy. I will be loving you until the day I die. Never make you sad or make you cry.
Wow. What a privilege it is to be with you every single week, myself and Culture. We really love spending time with you on Cosmic Visions. And even when we are not here, we have you all in mind. We want to touch on the love and respect we have for you, Trinidad and Tobago, and worldwide, nationwide. Everybody who is part of Cosmic Visions, when you tune in, we appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining us today, and look forward to seeing you all next week on Cosmic Visions. Myself and Culture D, we love you, we respect you, we honor you. Thank you. And be blessed until next week on Cosmic Visions, Your Life and Beyond.